Top 5 Lesbian Closet Cases of Hollywood's Golden Age that will shock you. Who do you think were Hollywood's most hidden love stories? The golden age of cinema was glamorous on the surface, but behind the scenes, many stars were forced to keep their true identities secret. Some of the most famous actresses of the era lived double lives, hiding their romantic relationships to protect their careers. From forbidden affairs to secret rendezvous, their stories challenge everything we thought we knew about old Hollywood. Get ready! These untold stories might just change how you see these iconic stars forever. Tallulah Bankhead. Tallulah Bankhead was one of Hollywood's most audacious and unconventional figures, a woman whose life was filled with brilliance, scandal, and fearless defiance of societal norms. Born on January 31, 1902, in Huntsville, Alabama, she emerged from a privileged Southern upbringing to become a stage and screen legend. While Hollywood's golden age was defined by carefully curated images and strict moral codes, Bankhead stood apart. Unapologetically outspoken, sexually liberated, and entirely unwilling to conform. Her career began in silent films, but it was on the stage that she truly thrived. She gained fame in London's West End before returning to Broadway, earning acclaim for her performances in The Little Foxes, 1939, and The Skin of Our Teeth, 1942. Bankhead also had notable film roles, including Lifeboat, 1944, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, and later appeared on radio and television. Despite her immense talent, her rebellious nature and hedonistic lifestyle often overshadowed her career. Bankhead was openly bisexual in an era when discussing such matters could destroy a career. She famously declared, "My father warned me about men and booze, but he never mentioned women and cocaine." She was linked to numerous high-profile women, including Greta Garbo, Barbara Stanwyck, Mercedes de Acosta, and Patsy Kelly. Her relationships with men were also well publicized, but she remained disinterested in marriage after divorcing her only husband, actor John Emery, in 1941. Her uninhibited nature and wild behavior made her both a beloved eccentric and a controversial figure. She had a deep voice, a booming laugh, and a habit of making outrageous remarks at social events. One of her most famous introductions at a party was, "I'm a lesbian. What do you do?" The press and Hollywood censors took issue with her outspoken personality, and the Hays Code, which enforced moral guidelines in the film industry, deemed her behavior unsuitable for the public. Beyond her sexuality, Bankhead's personal life was filled with excess. She struggled with alcohol and drug addiction, was known for throwing extravagant parties, and spent money recklessly. Despite these self-destructive tendencies, she maintained a magnetic charm that drew people to her. Her legacy remains complex. She was a trailblazer who refused to suppress her identity, an actress who commanded the stage and screen with an undeniable presence, and a woman who lived by her own rules in a world that demanded conformity. Even today, Tallulah Bankhead is remembered as a fearless icon of Hollywood's golden age, a woman ahead of her time who challenged the boundaries of fame, gender, and sexuality. Greta Garbo. Greta Garbo was one of the most enigmatic stars of Hollywood's golden age, a woman whose beauty, talent, and mystery captivated audiences around the world. Born on September 18, 1905, in Stockholm, Sweden, she rose from a modest background to become one of the most revered actresses of all time. While she was adored for her striking presence on screen, her reclusive nature and private personal life made her an object of endless fascination. Garbo began her career in silent films, quickly establishing herself as a cinematic icon with roles in Flesh and the Devil, 1926, and A Woman of Affairs, 1928. Unlike many silent-era stars, she transitioned seamlessly into talkies, delivering one of the most famous first-spoken lines in film history, "Gimme a whiskey, ginger ale on the side, and don't be stingy baby" in Anna Christie, 1930. She became one of MGM's most bankable stars, starring in classics such as Grand Hotel, 1932, Queen Christina, 1933, and Camille, 1936. Despite her immense success, Garbo remained distant from the Hollywood lifestyle. She refused to engage in publicity, rarely gave interviews, and avoided red carpet events. While her contemporaries cultivated glamorous public personas, She preferred solitude, often vanishing for months at a time. This fueled endless speculation about her personal life, particularly regarding her romantic relationships. Garbo never married and had no confirmed long-term romantic partnerships. She was linked to several men, including actor John Gilbert and conductor Leopold Stokowski. But many believe her true passions lay elsewhere. She was rumored to have had relationships with women, including playwright Mercedes de Acosta, actress Louise Brooks, and Swedish friend Mimi Polak. Letters discovered after her death suggested a deep emotional connection with Polak, with Garbo writing, "I dream of seeing you and discovering whether you still care as much about your old bachelor." Her supposed affair with Marlene Dietrich added another layer to her mystique, though Garbo herself denied knowing Dietrich at all. At the height of her career, Garbo abruptly retired from acting in 1941 after the release of Two-Faced Woman. She never returned to Hollywood, choosing instead to live a quiet life in New York City, where she remained until her death in 1990. Her refusal to explain herself or conform to Hollywood norms cemented her status as an enduring legend. Even decades after her final film, Greta Garbo remains an icon of both cinema and personal independence, forever remembered as the woman who famously wanted to be alone, but never stopped intriguing the world. Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn redefined what it meant to be a leading lady in Hollywood. With her sharp intelligence, independent spirit, and fearless approach to life, she carved out a career that spanned over 6 decades. Born on May 12, 1907, in Hartford, Connecticut, she was raised in a progressive household where her parents encouraged her to challenge societal expectations. This foundation shaped her into a woman who refused to conform, whether in her career,
some of the
her
best
personal
remembered
life,
performances of
or her
not only
views
the
on
1940s,
relationships.
but of the
From the moment she stepped onto the screen, Hepburn commanded attention. Her early films, including Morning Glory, 1933, which earned her the first of her 4 Academy Awards, showcased her unique presence. While many actresses of the time were cast as demure, glamorous figures, she embraced unconventional roles that reflected her strength and individuality. She took on fiercely independent characters in Bringing Up Baby, 1938, The Philadelphia Story, 1940, and Woman of the Year, 1942, solidifying her reputation as an actress who played by her own rules. Off-screen, Hepburn rejected Hollywood's expectations. She refused to wear makeup, dressed in trousers long before it was socially acceptable, and rejected the idea that marriage was necessary for a woman to be fulfilled. Her long-running relationship with Spencer Tracy was well known, but she also had deep, significant connections with women, including her close friend Laura Harding. Scotty Bowers, a Hollywood insider, claimed that Hepburn had affairs with over 100 women, preferring relationships with dark-haired young women who were not heavily made up. One of her longest relationships was allegedly with a woman named Barbara, whom she remained close to for nearly 50 years. Unlike many stars, Hepburn never played the Hollywood game. She was labeled box office poison in the late 1930s due to her refusal to cater to public image demands, but she staged a triumphant comeback, proving that talent and persistence mattered more than industry politics. By the end of her career, she had won a record-breaking 4 Academy Awards for Best Actress, including one for On Golden Pond, 1981, at the age of 74. Even as she aged, Hepburn remained unapologetically herself. She lived without regrets, never backing down from her beliefs, and left behind a legacy of resilience, intelligence, and independence. Her impact on Hollywood and the broader cultural landscape endures, inspiring generations of women to embrace their own strength and authenticity. Marlene Dietrich. Marlene Dietrich defied expectations at every turn. Born on December 27, 1901, in Berlin, Germany, she transformed from a cabaret performer into an international film star, fashion icon, and outspoken rebel. Her deep, husky voice, androgynous style, and magnetic screen presence made her unforgettable. But it was her refusal to conform, both in Hollywood and in her personal life, that cemented her status as a legend. Her breakthrough came in 1930 with The Blue Angel, where she played the seductive nightclub singer Lola Lola. The role catapulted her to fame, and soon after, she moved to Hollywood, signing with Paramount Pictures. Films like Shanghai Express, 1932, and Destry Rides Again, 1939, showcased her ability to balance glamour with raw sensuality, making her one of the era's most distinctive leading ladies. Unlike many actresses of the time, she played characters with power, intelligence, and independence. Dietrich's personal life was as unconventional as her career. She had relationships with both men and women, including actor John Gilbert, writer Eric Maria Remarque, and French singer Edith Piaf. Her most famous alleged romance was with fellow screen icon Greta Garbo, though their relationship reportedly ended badly, with Garbo refusing to acknowledge Dietrich's existence for the rest of her life. She was also linked to writer Mercedes de Acosta, a woman known for her affairs with high-profile actresses. She challenged gender norms long before it was fashionable. Dietrich was frequently seen in tailored suits and tuxedos, a look that shocked conservative audiences, but became one of her defining trademarks. She blurred the lines between masculinity and femininity, making her an early LGBTQ+ icon. Film critic Kenneth Tynan once described her as possessing sex without gender, a quality that only enhanced her mystique. During World War II, Dietrich took an even bolder stand. She rejected the Nazi regime, renounced her German citizenship, and actively supported the Allied forces. She performed for troops on the front lines, sometimes risking her own safety, and was awarded the U.S. Medal of Freedom for her contributions. This act of defiance against Hitler's Germany made her both a hero and an outcast in her homeland. In her later years, Dietrich withdrew from public life, living in near seclusion in Paris until her death in 1992. Even in isolation, her legacy remained unshaken. She was more than a movie star. She was a symbol of rebellion, elegance, and fearless self-expression. A woman who lived and loved on her own terms. Joan Crawford. Joan Crawford built herself into one of the most enduring stars of Hollywood's golden age through sheer determination, reinvention, and an almost obsessive drive for success. Born Lucille Fay LeSueur on March 23, 1904, in San Antonio, Texas, she grew up in poverty, working her way from a humble background to become one of MGM's biggest stars. Her rise from a struggling dancer to an Academy Award-winning actress was marked by relentless ambition, an impeccable work ethic, and a willingness to adapt to changing times. Her early career flourished in the 1920s when she became a flapper icon, embodying the spirit of the jazz age in films like Our Dancing Daughters, 1928. As silent films gave way to talkies, she successfully transitioned, proving her versatility in Grand Hotel, 1932, and Rain, 1932. Her on-screen persona evolved from carefree socialite to resilient working-class woman, resonating with audiences who saw her as both aspirational and relatable. Crawford's reputation as a perfectionist was well known. She was fiercely competitive, always ensuring she was impeccably styled and remained in top physical condition. However, her career faced setbacks in the late 1930s when she was labeled box office poison. Instead of fading into obscurity, she staged a stunning comeback with Mildred Pierce, 1945, a role that won her an Academy Award for Best Actress. From there, she continued to thrive in dramatic roles, later embracing the psychological thriller genre with Whatever Happened to Baby Jane, 1962, where her real-life rivalry with Bette Davis fueled on-screen tension. Her personal life was as complex as her career. Crawford married 4 times, including a high-profile union with actor Franket Tone, but none of her marriages lasted. She was rumored to have had affairs with both men and women, including Greta Garbo, Barbara Stanwyck, and Marilyn Monroe. Though details remain speculative, Hollywood insiders have long whispered about her attraction to women. In 1935, MGM reportedly paid a large sum to suppress a pornographic lesbian film she had allegedly appeared in at age 19. Behind the glamour, Crawford battled struggles with alcohol, strained relationships, and the weight of maintaining her public image. After her death in 1977, her adopted daughter Christina Crawford published Mommy Dearest, alleging years of abuse, tarnishing Crawford's legacy. Yet, Despite controversy, she remains a symbol of reinvention, resilience, and the cost of ambition in Hollywood. Joan Crawford was more than just a movie star. She was an unstoppable force who refused to be forgotten. Hollywood's golden age was filled with secrets, scandals, and stars who lived double lives to protect their careers. Tallulah Bankhead, Greta Garbo, Katharine Hepburn, Marlene Dietrich, and Joan Crawford were not only legends on the screen, but also individuals who challenged societal norms behind closed doors. Their stories prove that fame often comes with a price, but their legacies continue to inspire generations. What do you think about these hidden Hollywood romances? Were you surprised by any of these revelations? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into old Hollywood's untold stories, don't forget to hit the like button and share your thoughts below. Your support helps us bring you more fascinating content. Subscribe to the All About Hollywood channel for more exclusive stories, behind-the-scenes secrets, and shocking truths from the golden era of cinema.